vision through my people, cause we fans are equals. When we reach 20K subs, yeah, we gon' drop a sequel. Another Laker anthem track, watch me run it back. Got the keys to the city where my Laker jack.
It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame live stream as the Lakers get set to face the Cleveland Cavaliers at 4:30 p.m. Pacific time. The return of one King James to Cleveland should be a damn good show, man. How y'all doing today? Good to see you guys here, man. Oh my goodness, do we have some updates for you guys? All right. So the good news: Anthony Davis, LeBron James, good to go. Same starting lineup as last starting lineup. With what was it? Dennis Schroeder, Patrick Beverly, Troy Brown. I'm sorry, not Troy Brown. Lonnie Walker, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. And then obviously the latest update is no Wenyen Gabriel today. Unfortunately, he is out with an injury. He will be reevaluated in about a week's time. So that is kind of a huge loss. I mean, he's been providing a huge spark for us. And we're going to miss him dearly. Everybody else has to step up. Maybe Damian Jones will get some minutes. Maybe Juan Toscano. So whoever gets those minutes definitely needs to step up for the Lakers tonight. The Cleveland Cavaliers are no easy team, guys. They're a very, very tough team out east. They're top 3 in the East with a 15-9 record. They're 7-3 their last 10 games. Luckily, though, we got one LeBron James, and LeBron James always tends to put on a show, as Darvin had mentioned today during pregame. He's 17-2. That's his record versus Cleveland. So that's the good news. The bad news: this isn't the same Cleveland Cavalier team that teams have been dominating since LeBron left. We're talking about a brand new team. We already faced them and lost this season, with led by Donovan Mitchell, who, by the way, is very happy in Cleveland. And that backcourt of Darius Garland and Donovan Mitchell is arguably one of the best for sure. But Jared Allen is making his return versus our Lakers today, so gonna be really tough. And for some reason, players always make the return versus our Lakers. And Jared Allen is a defensive anchor, while Evan Mobley's the offensive guy. Hey, what's up, everybody? Hey, what up? What up, Tara? Good to see you, girl. Alex said, we need AD to drop 35 on Allen's head, Dan. That's not a problem. The way Anthony Davis has been playing, as long as we feed him and we let him get his rhythm early, he's been killing everybody from Ayton to Giannis. Porzingis was the latest victim of the 55 piece. So very excited for this game. And by the way, finally, they give this man the love he's been deserving, man. I've been clamoring for this for like a month. But Anthony Davis finally gets his Western Conference Player of the Week award. In reality, he should have been Player of the Month, if I'm being quite honest with you. It's insane the numbers he's averaging. Check this out, right? The last 10 games, basically this month, 34.2 points per game, 15.4 rebounds per game, and 3 blocks a game. Okay, those are Shaquille O'Neal type numbers. Talk about a force. And we all knew Anthony Davis had it in him. But Jared Allen is the next one in line, man. I do believe Anthony Davis is going to drop another 30-plus point game on his head, and I cannot wait to see it, man. What are you guys most excited for tonight? He said, bless love, DTLF for life. We are so on a high. Sad Gabriel is out, but that means Bryant has to work. LA for life. Yes, sir. Hey, next man up. Absolutely, bro. Tara says we're a different team since last time we played the Cavs. Absolutely. And I look forward to this challenge, Tara. It's not going to be no walk in the park, but with a motivated Anthony Davis, LeBron James, and Westbrook, we actually have a big 3. Finally, I could say that. We do have a big 3. Russ off the bench has been killing. Anthony Davis has been the best player in the league, and LeBron James is still LeBron James. They forgot about Dre, but my man is still a beast, right? So he's going to go out there and kill it, I'm sure, tonight versus Cleveland. I can't wait to see what happens. But let's not lose sight of the fact of what's gotten us here, and that's Anthony Davis. He has been the best player, not just on the Lakers, but in the league, right? And this is something we were hoping for. We said, I hope he's top 5 this season. Well, he's top 1 right now. So let's keep this up. Let's keep killing Jared Allen. Nobody can stop him. He's too frail, too thin. I want to see Anthony Davis drop a 30-plus point game on him efficiently and, do what he does defensively, and then the rest of the team follows suit. That has been the blueprint. So I hope we continue, and tonight should be fun. It should be really fun. Alex, appreciate the super chat, brother. Thank you so much, by the way, for that. He said, we need AD to drop 35 on Allen's head, Dan. Yes, sir. That's what's going to happen probably. But again, it's key that the Lakers have been looking for him, right? That is the key right there. And the fact that Lakers say that Anthony Davis had lower back tightness, he's had that all season, but he's available to go. Same thing with LeBron's left ankle soreness. They know what time it is. It's time for us to grab the bull by the horn and take over this season for sure. So same starters again tonight: Shooter, Walker, Beverly, unfortunately Beverly, and then LeBron and AD. The only one I don't like is Patrick Beverly, but hey, whatever. As long as we win, let's get it done. He said, I'm aiming to make 1,500 on Prize Picks tonight off of $80. Dan, wish me luck. I wish you luck, bro. I wish you luck, man. That would be awesome. Share that with us if you want, man, after the game ends. He said, Dan, even with this momentum, I still think the Lakers need to make a trade for us to be real title contenders. I agree. I feel like we're still one piece away. Now, don't get me wrong. It's been extremely fun to watch this version of the Lakers team and the way they're playing their hearts out. And this is exactly what the doctors ordered. After going 2-10, we have now reversed the script, right? We flipped the script. But you're absolutely right. There's still something lacking there. There's been rumors of all kinds of players, Boyan, Bogdanovich. Recently now, everybody's talking about Kuzma because, he's a baller. Finally, people realize it. So I don't know who's going to get traded here or if anybody's going to get bought out and added to the team. But it needs to fit whatever we're doing right now and whatever Darvin Ham needs. Because you know what, coach is trying to lead us to the promised land, and he's a rookie coach, and he's learning as well as we are, but he's done a phenomenal job so far, outside of a couple of things here and there, which, again, he's learning. He's done a great job. So I think the front office needs to reward him by getting him key players that he wants, not key players Rob Pelinka wants. Not more guards, for Pete's sake. We need some real hoopers, maybe some more size in the paint, maybe some wing depth, whatever it is that coach needs. That's what the Lakers front office have to go out there and get him, right? He said, hey, Dan, the way we're rolling, do you think we can beat Boston Celtics? I think we can beat anybody if we continue to use this formula, right? This formula has been successful, so we do not need to get away from it. That's the key right there. This formula has been A1 steak sauce, baby. So we need to go to it again and again until we dry it out, till the paint dries. You know what I'm saying? We need to keep brushing. Lakers need to keep brushing until the paint dries, man. And that's going to be the key right now, is that this Laker team is very motivated and we're doing the right things on both ends of the floor. And again, best player in the NBA, we got to feed it. We got to feed him. Dan, would you still trade AD for KD? No, absolutely not. Absolutely not. That's a conversation we had in the past, but absolutely not, man. I've always said a healthy Anthony Davis, is very few players in this league that can fetch what I would want for a healthy Anthony Davis. You're seeing what he's doing right now, man. He's killing it, bro. He's literally the best, and he's still in his prime. So as long as he stays healthy, we're good to go. He said, Dan, what trade would you make to make this team better? You know what? The way Russell Westbrook is playing, I think he has earned the right to stay here at least one more year. Now, I don't know about all this contract extension talk. We don't want to get carried away, right? But I do know that he has earned the right to stay on this team the way he has been a spark off the bench, unless there's a trade out there that's going to make it significantly better. The Bulls trade does that, right? If you get DeMar DeRozan and Vucevic for Russ and a couple of picks, that could very well, the way AD and LeBron are playing, that could very well much so put you over the top. Okay, so that's one of the few trades I would do Russ for. But outside of that trade, right, there's not many that move the needle unless something pops up. Now I'll say this. If you can move Patrick Beverly and none and a first-round pick for something key, man, that would be really dope, right? If we can get something like Boyan or Kuz or something like that, I think that would be, that would be flames. He said, do you really think Westbrook is going to play like this in the playoffs? He's going to resort back to his turnover days. My thing, Mike, is that off the bench, and I've always said it since we acquired him and it didn't work in the starting lineup, off the bench, he could be himself. So Westbrook has been really good in the playoffs in the past. All right. But now that he's older, he's had to adapt to a different role. He's bought in. So if he really wants to win, I think he will be like this. Now, he's still made mistakes even off the bench. The only difference is that the starters can now catch a rhythm and Russ can catch a rhythm off the bench as well. So, firing on both sides of the thing. Remember, we struggled a lot getting both LeBron and Russ on the same page when they were both starters. However, individually, they're both getting it going on their own pace. And at times they even get it going when they're playing together. So again, the biggest solution for me was bringing him off the bench and the fact that coach got him to buy in for sure. So I think it will continue to work. I do. I really do, because he has fully bought in, and he has seen, everybody has seen the formula. They've seen the light. Anthony Davis is the way, right? Jake, what's up, my man? Jake from State Farm. I'm just playing. How you doing, Jake? Thanks so much for super chat. He said underrated stat. AD is 5 and 8 on 5 out of 8 from threes. The last 3 games after going 4 from 17. The rest of the season, you know what, man? We're taking less threes, brother. We're taking a lot less threes, and it has really paid off for us. We're taking so many more less threes, and it has truly paid off for the Lakers, right? We need to continue to take this volume of threes, because we're now playing through the inside. And I've always said that was the key, playing inside out, right? We can take threes, but they have to be in rhythm, and they have to be within the flow of the offense. Like if they leave you wide open, you got to take it, right? But when we are just settling with people in our face, right, with the opposition, with their hand up in their grill and just jab fake, set up threes, it took everything out of rhythm. What the Lakers are doing now has been phenomenal, man. Phenomenal. He said Wizards are stuck with mediocrity. I think Kuz isn't happy. Well, I don't know, man. Kuz is averaging 20 points per game, and he's about to get the bag. However, if the Wizards want to get something in return, and they think he's not going to re-sign there, then maybe there is a possibility. But right now, it's not very likely that Kuz gets flipped to the Lakers. Maybe he gets flipped elsewhere. As long as he don't get flipped to the Suns, I'm cool, man, to be honest with you. But I would love to have him back. Now people see his value. I'm glad. He's basically the same player, just getting more opportunities over there from what I've seen, right? So it's a wonderful thing, man. It's a wonderful thing. I'm happy for him. I would love it if he's back, but I'm not losing any sleep over that. As long as he don't go to the Suns, Celtics, or Clippers, I'm cool with it, man. I wish him the best. Great player, but it's always Lakers first over here, man. Always Lakers first over here. Purple and gold, he said AD 60 piece tonight. That would be great. Listen, if AD can get it, continue to keep it rolling, man. He's already, to me, and finally they given him the respect. But he is the player of the month, and right now he should be leading the charge for MVP favorite right now. To be honest, the way he has played, nobody has made such an impact like him. There's been spurts of other superstars doing it, but the way Anthony Davis has done it consistently for the last 10 games or so has been just phenomenal. He's breaking records. He's out here putting up numbers that only Shaq and Will Chamberlain have. So it's been a long time since we've seen a player dominate like this. Fun fact, the last time a player dropped back-to-back 40-point games, shooting over 50% from the field, was Kobe Bryant back in 2013. I seen this stat, and it blew my mind. That's how great you have to be to do this type of performances, right? For the Lakers. So listen, it's a bright lights over here, and very few can thrive the way Anthony Davis, LeBron, Kobe, Shaq, some of the greats have done it. So we got to continue to feed the beast and playing through him. Tonight's key to the game, though, Jared Allen is back. So obviously they're going to try to double team Anthony Davis, get the ball out of his hands early. We need to continue to stick to the game plan. Dribble, drive, penetrate, kick out whenever guys get double teaming in the paint, and eventually the game opens up. But let's not go away from Anthony Davis just because that's what the Cavs want to do. They want to take us out of our game plan. They're going to want to force LeBron James to be the hero, and it could very easily, we can get baited into this hero ball stuff, right? LeBron's too smart. Now LeBron can have a good game, but we need it, within the flow of the offense and still playing through Anthony Davis, but don't be shocked if the Cavs game plan to take AD away and just force LeBron to make the plays, which he could make them. But, I want us to continue to feed him. The pick and rolls have been great these last couple of games. Everything has been a lot more fluid playing through our big man. And that has always been the formula. Here, winning championships, Laker basketball is always playing through the big man. When we had Shaq, that was the formula. When we had Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, that was the formula. When we had Pau Gasol and Bynum, that was the formula. And now look, that's the formula, and we got to stick to it. Last I checked, size still matters, right? That's how we won the championship too, playing through Anthony Davis, playing through LeBron James, those two, right? So I can't wait for this game tonight. I think this one might be equally as, if not more excited than the Milwaukee Bucks game, because again, the King returns to Cleveland tonight. That's a storyline. And then Anthony Davis, will he continue rolling? That's another storyline. And on top of everything, the Lakers, man, winners of 8 out of their last 11 have been just out of this world. So we need everything to click, and let's not get away from, the importance of what it takes us to win. And that's team basketball. So again, the standings, guys, I've been paying close attention to the standings. The Western Conference is crazy, right? Every other night, somebody else loses. Look, we're now tied with the Jazz in losses. We both have 12. Now, they got 2 more wins than us. But, The Kings are 13-9. Lakers continue like this, will eventually leapfrog all of these teams, right? The Mavericks are 12-11, believe it or not, only one game above 500. The Warriors 13-12. The Timberwolves 11-12, and the Lakers are 10-12. So we're right there, and the meat and the potatoes of the season. And I couldn't be more hyped, guys, to break it all down with you guys, because it's getting good. It's getting really good. My only concern is now Wenyen Gabriel's left shoulder injury has him out for God knows how long. He will be reevaluated in about a week, but once we get him back, again, we need to continue to roll, because it's next man up right now. He said, why won't Ham start Bryant? I have no clue. I really would have gave him the starting role a long time ago, but it's working for Ham playing Anthony Davis at the 5 right now, because AD is feasting on everybody. So I guess if it ain't broke, don't fix it for now. But I definitely love the energy that my guy, Thomas Bryant, is bringing off the bench. Same thing with Russ and Austin Reeves. They have been tremendous. It's almost like we don't lose. If anything, we gain on the lead when we go to the bench, because that's how much better they have been than the opposition every other night. So tonight, that's going to be another key to tonight's game, right? Obviously, we know that the Cavaliers are stacked. Their starting lineup is one of the best in the league. We know that, right? We're talking about Donovan Mitchell, Darius Garland, Evan Mobley, Karis LeVert, and Jared Allen. That's one of the top. That might be the best young starting lineup in the league. And then off the bench, they got Kevin Love, Cedi Osman, Ricky Rubio. Watch out for this guy, man. I cannot stand him. He always tends to kill the Lakers. Watch out for him and Isaac Okoro. They got Robin Lopez off the bench. So I'm talking, we're going to go blow for blow tonight, and the Lakers have to continue doing what we're doing. Don't take their foot off the gas once they get a lead, because this is a team that likes to get out of transition. They like to score buckets, in the paint as well, and they're very well mixed. And they got the star power to compete with us. So going to be a hard game, maybe harder than the Bucks game, to be honest with you guys, just because of the whole setting and everything, right? He said, if the Lakers beat Boston, it will scare the NBA. The NBA should be afraid of the Lakers, because we have the best player in the NBA right now. And it's not LeBron James for the first time in a long time. So they should be scared of that, that double trouble that's sitting over there. And you have to, we're no longer the doormat team here, right? We have now risen, and we're now slamming the door on these opponents. But again, tonight, Jared Allen was injured. He was out a couple of games. He's coming back tonight, of course. Just our luck. So it's going to get tougher. It would have been a lot easier for AD to dominate if it was just Mobley in the paint and Kevin Love, because they're not really known defenders per se. But Jared Allen is that guy, and it's going to be a challenge for my guy AD to continue to keep it rolling. Will he do it? I think he will, because he's just on a tear and can't nobody stop him. Only he can stop himself. So let's hope that he continues getting 30 pieces with 15 rebounds and multiple blocks a game. And that gives us the best chance, the best, efficiency offense to win these games. Jake, appreciate you again, buddy. He said, swap Beverly and Nunn in the 2027 pick, top 5 protected for Yield, sign Favors, cut Jones, check the buyout market after the trade deadline for Crowder if available. I like it, Jake. My guy has everything figured out. Beautiful. All right, so I don't want to be greedy as a Laker fan, right? Beverly and Nunn and the top 5 protected is a little too much for Buddy Hield. I'll give you 2 second-round picks, max. But I don't even think he's worth a first-round pick right now, to be honest with you. Because I just don't think he is. He's a high-volume shooter, which means he needs a lot of shots to get hot. He's not going to get a lot of shots here. So he has to make the ones he gets, which he's capable of for sure. And then signing Favors, I like Favors. Big body, definitely good for setting screens and rolling to the basket, getting you second chance points. He said cut Jones. I'd be on in favor of that. Anybody who's not getting played, I'm in favor of that. And then he said check the buyout market after the trade deadline for Crowder if available. Definitely check the buyout market. I think there's going to be a lot of, especially now that we're starting to turn things around, there's going to be a lot of free agents that are going to be available around the buyout market time, because there's going to be a lot of sellers out there. And hopefully we get a good one. I'm talking a good one. Last year we got 2 good ones. That's where we got Stanley the Manly Johnson and Wenyen Gabriel, man. And those 2 guys were phenomenal. I was shocked when Stanley got traded, to be honest. I thought he was going to be a huge part of this team this year, right? I loved everything he stood for last season. He was probably, arguably, one of our, if not our best perimeter defender. And he could also, defend the paint as well. I mean, he cooked offensively and defensively Rudy Gobert. So He said, detail of the Cavs game plan is to make sure AD doesn't get the ball as soon as he touches the ball. They're finna send multiple defenders at him. You're absolutely right. I expect this, but we have to be ready. And the way we have to make them pay in order to open up the game for Anthony Davis. Early on, we got to swing the ball. We got to trust the teammates. Guys have to move without the basketball. They have to cut, and they have to stay aggressive, put the pressure on the defense, get them into foul trouble early on. And then guess what? Everything's going to open up, and Anthony Davis is going to get more one-on-ones, which we know that's his bread and butter. You know, he's one of the best ISO players in the game right now. So I can't wait to see it happen. And Darvin Ham is a very good coach, and I think he's gonna do a tremendous job of getting Anthony Davis some easy ones, maybe some lob pass dunks and stuff like that. Some little dishes when they attack the rim. Lonnie Walker, Russell Westbrook, LeBron, they've all done a tremendous job of setting up the big man for easy buckets, because when he gets easy buckets early on, everything opens up for him throughout the course of the game. He's one of those type of players that the basket gets bigger the more he scores. So, the Lakers' game plan should not be to force it to Anthony Davis, but it should be to make them pay whenever they double him by cutting off ball and then knocking their wide open shots down. And they can do it. He's a signed Stanley. He's a free agent. They cannot do that. Unfortunately, the CBA doesn't allow it to happen unless another team signs him and cuts him. But I would have loved that, by the way. I think he would have been a Laker if the CBA allowed it. AD 0.61 and 0.60 game like Kobe. Oh, man. Now, let's not get carried away. I'd be satisfied with just a 30-plus point game efficiently. And then if LeBron could chip in at like 24 with like 7-8 assists, and then the rest of the role players got to step up. But anything AD gives us over that, I'm excited about. For sure, I'm excited about it. Is he capable? Sure. But he's no Kobe Bryant now. Let's not go getting used to that type of greatness. That's a different level of expectations. And I definitely don't want the crowd to start turning on AD if he doesn't live up to that 50, 60-point games, right? Now, 50-point games are special, man. That's not something you could just sneeze out, right? You really have to work hard for those to happen. You have to get the touches as well. So that's the key right there. Anthony Davis is very efficient, but will he get the touches? Last game, he had what? 26, 27 shots. So that's why he got the buckets, right? Because he's efficient. Now, we got to keep feeding him, though, for sure. He's a hand. Thank you so much, William Scott. Thanks for super chat, bro. He said Ham don't like Bryant when he let offensive player get into him instead of push them first. I'll tell you this. Thomas Bryant is a very good defender, but he's a little undersized. So sometimes players are just going to go right over him. They're so skilled, they can just go right over him, especially athletic ones like Daniel Gafford the last game. But it wasn't for his lack of effort or defensive intensity. He's always playing hard. So I respect that about TB. But sometimes I do wish he was a little bit taller, because players with skills can definitely cook down low, right? So Thomas Bryant just got to work before the entry, right? Like you said, make him feel the body before the entry post pass. That way, once they catch it, they can't just turn around face up and go over him, right? That way they're at a good distance and he can contest stuff, and it'll be more effective. But you know what? I love everything he's stood for so far. He's been the energetic one. He has been there defensively, contesting shots at the very least, crashing the glass, doing the little things. So I just love his energy. And there's no wrong he could do in my eyes right now, because even though, like I said, he's undersized and at times he'll give up buckets, it's not for lack of effort. And that wears down the opposition throughout the course of the game. So they got to keep doing it, man. They got to keep giving my guy heavy minutes. He's really good. He said, I want to see Anthony Davis 81 points. Again, you're talking video game numbers, man. That's not something that happens every day. But if it did happen, I'll take my hat off to him, because it's really hard. Even with today's tailor-made NBA, even more so than when Kobe was in his prime and when he dropped 81, today's NBA is more tailor-made for those guys to break these type of records. However, the skill level is just different, man. To score 81 points, you got to be one of one. So, yeah, don't expect that. But listen, let's not get carried away. Anthony Davis has been a beast. He's been the best in the league thus far, and we just need more of that. That's it. Whatever he gives us on top of that, man, I take my hat off to my guy, Anthony Davis. He's amazing, man. Hey, what's up, Pedro? What's up, my guy? How you doing, man? Shout out to Pedro the barber. He said Jared Allen's going to make it tough for AD in the paint. Oh, for sure. But you know what? Everybody has made it tough for AD, man. And sometimes he doesn't get the calls either. He's finishing through and ones, and that's what we need. He's in a zone. When he's in a zone, it don't matter if you foul a guy. he's going to do it. Just like the other night when he dunked on half of the Wizards team, right? He got fouled. He didn't get the call. That's cool. But he's going to finish, and that's the key, man. Just finish, just focus, and do that, you know. Appreciate you, Orlando. Thanks, man. Hey, we got the sequel coming at 24K, man. I'm talking a sequel that you can bump on iTunes. So, yeah, the sequel to the Lakers anthem is going to drop at 24K, and we're not too far away. We might hit that by the end of the season. I'm excited for it. I can't wait to get back in the studio and drop some bars. He said Reddish is young and in 2021 was a valuable playoff contributor, but with the Knicks, he's been horrendous. I definitely take a flyer on Cam Reddish. He has the tools to be a very good player, man. It reminds me of Trevor Ariza. Trevor Ariza, he was with the Knicks, then they traded him to the Magic, and then we traded for him, and then we turned him into a ball player. Trust me, we have the type of coaching staff that could turn these young guys into ball players. Look what they've done with Troy Brown Jr., with Lonnie Walker, with all these younger prospects that really hadn't made a dent in the league before they came here, but Phil Handy is phenomenal. Phil Handy, Darvin Ham, and the whole coaching staff has done a tremendous job. So I believe that, you know, they have a huge part in this, right? In maximizing everybody's potential. So a guy like Cam Reddish will definitely get some wide open looks and some opportunities here, especially playing alongside greatness like LeBron and AD and Russ. He said, we need an average. He said, we need revenge on the Cavs. They got us at home last time. Yes, we do. In order for us to win, though, we got to make sure we contain both. And I don't mean stop, because you can't stop these guys. They're very talented. But Darius Garland, man, his dribble drive penetration, his finishing, his jump shot making abilities, tough. Same thing with Donovan Mitchell. It's like they got a two-headed snake. You got to cut them right down the middle, maybe only allow one of them to go off. They both go off. It's going to be really hard to win, especially on the road. But they also have other factors, man. Kevin Love off the bench is tremendous. Ricky Rubio tends to kill my Lakers. So it's very imperative that we don't let these no-name guys go off, right? It's imperative, man. Loki, what's up, my guy? Thank you, man. Appreciate you, bro. It's all about love, baby. Happy holidays. He's the only trade targets worth looking at are Hield and Kuz, but regardless, the chances of keeping Lonnie, Reeves, and Russ on a team-friendly deal in the offseason need to be kept in mind. That is true, Jake. But they're not the only players worth looking at. Remember, Bojan Bogdanovic might get traded at some point, all right? Even though he just signed an extension, I'm not sure if he can get traded. But there's going to be other players there's going to be teams that are sellers and are going to go full in on the tank, and they're going to want to develop their younger pieces. Think the Houston Rockets were Eric Gordon. Think, like I said, Bojan Bogdanovic. Think the Jazz. Eventually, they're going to come down to reality and realize they're not the ones this season, man. The West is too tough, and they're going to be sellers on some of those players as well. I'm talking Jordan Clarkson. I'm talking Vanderbilt. I'm talking guys like that. So we can look forward to more than just the two you mentioned, but what the Lakers will do actually is the question mark. It could be something from left field that nobody suspects. So let's see what happens there. But I am very excited for the Lakers season once again, man. They have, listen, going 2-10 takes a lot of excitement out of a fan, but we were still right there. But the way they have come back and played with pride and acted like they deserve to wear that purple and gold jersey has really got me hyped. Hey, shout out to my boy Pedro. Thank you so much for the super chat, my guy, man. How you doing, man? How's your son? I know he was into boxing. I know because you follow me on Instagram, bro. Hopefully everything's good. He said, what is the Jazz actually become buyers? They have a good team and a lot of picks. That could happen as well, but I think that would be dumb, right? You want to rebuild for the long term, and if you were at least decent, why trade the picks now? You're not going to be a real championship contender. You don't have the superstar to carry you. And I don't care how good the role players are. At the end of the day, this is a star-driven league. You need the Giannis's of the world to win a championship. You need the LeBrons and the Anthony Davis of the world to win a championship. You need the, you need real superstars. Even fake stars like Booker don't win championships. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need real stars. Not no fake 1 week wonders. We need some real stars to win championships. It's been proven. And so the Utah Jazz don't got no real stars. They got a bunch of hungry outlaw type players that want to prove a point with a chip on their shoulder. So congrats. It's been fun to watch them. But they don't have the players I mentioned, right? They don't have even Luka, man. I think if they build the right team around Luka, he will be a championship contender. So there's some real deal players out here, man, that they're gonna get a chip. and the Jazz just don't have it. I think it would be dumb to mortgage part of their future just for a one-hit wonder type of run season, right? That's going to end in the first, second round max. He said, I need Barkley to guarantee the Cavs to win. I know he's talking right now, man. He better put some respect on Anthony Davis' name because he was disrespecting him even when AD was balling. And I was like, is he watching the games? Remember? This happened like a little over 2-3 weeks ago. So right around the time AD started dominating, this guy was still disrespecting him, talking about he's disappointed. He better not magically disappear, man, because you know where to find Charles, man, at your local Krispy Kreme donuts. You know, this guy better be up front and center, taking his lump of coal for usually spitting blasphemies. So that's what he did again, and AD just make him look like a fool per usual. He said, my son's not boxing no more, bro. He's now a CHP explorer in Rancho. Hey, that's what's up, man. As long as he follows his dreams, whatever they are, brother. That's what's up, Pedro. Tal said, what's up? He said, Dan, do you think we could get Kuzma back? There's an outside possibility, right? There is an outside possibility, always, that Kyle Kuzma could return to the Lakers. I don't think it'll be via free agency, though, because he's going to get paid, man. And today, and he deserves it. To be honest with you, he's a bona fide bucket. We always knew that, though. 20 point per game scorer. He's doing it efficiently, and he's helping his team to get wins, victories. He almost led the Wizards the last game in a comeback against us. He brought it back down to single digits. So that's the type of guy he is, man. I got to see him play live. I was blessed enough, man. And he's just a great hooper. Now, we won't be able to afford him at 20 mil, right? So the only way is if we trade for him now and just take a 1-year flyer on him and then let him go get paid elsewhere, or if Genie's actually going to open up the bank and go over the cap to re-sign a bunch of these players. I'm talking Lonnie Walker, Austin Reeves, and if we trade for Kuz, right? So a lot factors into all of that, to be honest with y'all, man. But do I know if we're going to get him? I doubt it. It's like I would say I would give it like a 5% chance. But I do know that Kuz would love to be a Laker again. He always shows love. He's always been respectful, unlike Josh Hart and his disrespect of in and out. And you got to love it, man. I never wanted to see him gone, but I knew it was going to happen. He said Barkley's a clown, but he brings those ratings. Man, he's a star at Circus, man. You gotta love Charles Barkley, though. He's just hilarious. I hate when he takes shots at the Lakers, but just knowing that the fact that everything he says cannot be taken serious, it just like makes me not even get pissed off. You cannot take him serious, man. Dan, can the Lakers go over the cap, though? I think they can. I think people just been giving Jeannie a hard time, but I think they can. I think she will do it, too, if she believes, like, especially for Kuzma. She loves Kuzma, man. We all do. That hat goes hard. Thanks, bro. It's actually a Laker hat my girl got from me. She's been spoiling me because it's my birthday month, man. My birthday's on December 20th, so yeah, she hooked me up with this hat. She took me over there to the Cap store over there in Ontario, man. What was it called? Lids? And yeah, she got me this wonderful, beautiful hat, man. Check it out, Lakers, all the way through, man. And they had a ton of different variety, bro. But this is the one I like. Actually, I don't know why I like. It's more comfortable wearing it like this for me. But yeah, man, them Laker caps go hard, and they got varieties that match all my fits, man. I got different colors. So yeah, appreciate you. He said, Dan, we got Patrick Beverly to guard all-star guards. Let's see if he lives up to it tonight. He has not thus far, man. He has not thus far. I've been extremely disappointed, but again, is it really disappointment or is it like he's lived up to my expectations? I thought we gave up too much for him when we traded for him. Some people were hyped, and I was going to buy into it if he lived up to the expectations. But up to now, he's looking like a prime candidate for a trade. Like he's looking like one of the main pieces we got to get rid of. And to be honest, he's still going to have trade value because he's Patrick Beverly, right? And he has the reputation of an annoying, pesky defender, which I haven't seen much of that this season, right? But I think it was all a ploy to get our attention because he always wanted to be a Laker. Who doesn't? Same thing with Kuz. He went off last game because I think he wants to come back. So he said, give him the ball, Anthony Davis. That's it. That is definitely the go-to plan for tonight. It has to be, man. There can't be no other way around it, guys. It cannot be. Absolutely not. But that's going to wrap it up for my pregame, man. Thank you guys so much again. For those of you that tuned in late, man, please make sure you smack that like button and replay it if you need all the info. Just a quick recap. Started for tonight are Shooter, Walker, Beverly again, unfortunately, LeBron, and Anthony Davis. So the same starting five as the last game, and I can't wait for this game. This is a primetime matchup, man. This is a wave 2 Laker flags if we win type of game. So I can't wait. And I'll see you guys here at the half, man. Make sure to smack that like, subscribe if you already haven't, and shout out to my sponsor real quick, man, Prize Picks. They've been a blast to work with. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you guys here for the half. Go Lakers, baby. Let's get